sir, can I take?
Friends, we are starting now. Today is 197th Friday group meeting. Earlier two occasions we discussed lawyers' role in India's freedom movement. We discussed about legacy. So part of that is the third session we are continuing. So today is another four speakers, Rahul Aggarwal and G.D.Ahmed, Priyanka and Aditya Giri. They will speak on their respective, whichever published their article in this book. From there they are going to address. I request Rahul Aggarwal. Rahul Aggarwal is a speaker today. He is a freedom fighter, Dr. Kailash Nath Katju. Rahul, now you can initiate your this thing.
Yeah, good evening everyone, all the members of the Friday group, especially senior members of the bar and my dear friends. Firstly, I thank Shri sir for giving me this opportunity and especially bringing this beautiful publication on this anthology of articles of lawyers' role in Indian freedom movement, which consisting of 68 articles and which consists of mine article also at serial number 10, running from page 41 to 43. I chose the freedom fighter whose name is Dr. Kailash Nath Katju. He is the hero of the Meerut conspiracy case and the INA trial. Dr. Kailash Nath Katju defended the accused in the famous Meerut conspiracy case in Allahabad High Court in 1993 and later the military officers accused at the INA trials at the Red Fort in Delhi. He was in very first team that the Congress put together to defend the officers of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Indian National Army, who were held captive by the British and court-martialed with multiple charges like treason, torture, murder and abetment to murder at the end of the Second World War. Dr. Katju was a prominent political figure in India who played a significant role in shaping the country's political landscape during the pre-independence and the post-independence periods. He began his career as a lawyer and soon joined the Indian National Congress, where he became close associate of Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru. He actively participated in the Indian freedom struggle and played a crucial role in the Quit India movement of 1942. Katju was arrested many times by the British authorities for his participation in the freedom struggle. Dr. Katju was a prominent politician of India. He was elected many times, he held many constitutional posts. On 17 July 1937, he became the Minister of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs of the United Provinces in Pandit Govind Ballabh Pant's cabinet. He was elected to the provisional legislature from the constituency of the Allahabad. He also served in the Constituency Assembly of India. Between 1935 and 1937, he served as the chairman of the Allahabad Municipal Board and later as Chancellor of Prayag Mahila Vidyapeeth Women's University, Allahabad. Following the independence of India, Katju held many high political positions. Initially, he was made the governor of Orissa from 15th August 1947 to 28th June 1948. He became the governor of West Bengal on 21st June 1948 and was in office till 31st October 1951. In 1951, he was elected to the Lok Sabha from the Mandusar constituency, joining the cabinet of Jawaharlal Nehru as the law minister in 1951. In November 1951, he succeeded C. Rajagopalachari as the country's third home minister. In 1955, he was made the defense minister. He became the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh on 31st of January 1957, remaining in office till 11th of March 1962. He also held the portfolios of general administration, home, publicity, planning and development, coordination and anti-corruption. Some about his family background and education. So Mr. Katju was born in the princely state of Jarora, which is presently at Madhya Pradesh. He belongs from a Kashmiri Pandit family. His father Tribhuvan Nath Katju was former Diwan of the state. Kailash Nath was educated at the Bar High School in Jarora and he was later sent to Lahore to study at Rang Mahal School. He passed his matriculation examination from Punjab University in the following year, completing his graduation from Christian College, Lahore in March 1905. In September 1907, he received a degree in law from the Allahabad University. He completed his doctorate in law, the LLD from Allahabad University in 1919, joining the Allahabad High Court as an advocate in 1921. His two sons, namely Justice Shivnath Katju and Justice Amarnath Katju, became the honorable judges of the High Court of Judicature at Allahabad, and his grandson, namely Justice Markandeya Katju, became the judge and the Chief Justice of the High Court of Judicature at Allahabad, the Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, and in April 2006, he was elevated as a judge of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Mr. Katju wrote up beautiful lines in his autobiography and memoir Experiments in Advocacy, a colossus in the courts of justice. A life in the law court is in many ways a liberal education. While you come across rogues, disreputable persons, and you may even be called upon to argue for the shady side of the transactions, somehow much depends upon the personal character of an advocate and his reputation among his fellow citizens. As water seeks its own level, so litigants flock to advocates who they think sympathize with their mode of behavior and outlook on life. So lastly, I would say Dr. Kailash Nath Katju has played a tremendous role in pre-independence and post-independence. And it's a short span of time of 10 minutes, I conclude. Good. Thank you, Shri.
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul Aggarwal very nicely expressed everything. We know few things about Katju, but rest of the things very nicely. Good. Thank you very much. Now, I request second speaker, G.D.Ahmed. His freedom fighter name is Justice Abbas Tayyab ji, grand old man of Gujarat.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Actually, it's a privilege. So I will stand. It's a privilege over here to have an address to my seniors, my friends, and my colleagues, and all of over here to giving me a precious time to the subject which I am about to speak. And I must thank to Sheshu sir, who has given me the opportunity to address all of you. And not only the opportunity, he given me a space in the book where I used to express my words about the person who sacrificed his life to the nation. So many of the people, freedom fighters, were there in the articles, but I really admire and appreciate Sheshu sir that he have given us the chance to understand how they had made the sacrifices and made us to get a free India. And more of the above, he got an opportunity to understand that how the sacrifices come in the fruits, and he has given us a chance to understand that the feelings, the inculcation of those people who are our ancestors and forefathers have contributed in this nation by making themselves suffered with the jails, imprisonments, and all these things. So today in this world where we are moving with the technology, science and everything, and the globalization, so he make us understand that we must not have to forget the people who has sacrificed only for sake of us to have freedom, to have our own laws, to have our own government. So that's why I have chosen one freedom fighter whose name is Abbas Tayyab ji. He is a justice basically of a Baroda High Court. So I have written an article, so you may find out in the book at page number I think 68. Anyway, so I just have to continue. So this paper which I have distributed among the members has been commemorated by the central government in their cultural website, Government of India, and referred Justice Abbas Tayyab ji as a Gujarat diamond for the freedom struggle. So it is a brief I must read, so that in the brief we may analyze that what is the crux and what is the life of this person. Justice Abbas Tayyab ji was born in the princely state of Baroda in the Bombay Presidency in 1853. part of which constitute the present day Vadodara district of Gujarat. He pursued his education in England and returned to India in 1875. After completing bar at law, Tayyab served as a judge in Baroda High Court in 1893. The Independent Fact-Finding Committee to investigate. The Indian National Congress appointed him as the chairman of the Independent Fact-Finding Committee to investigate the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919. Abbas Tayyab is a close ally of the Gandhiji, thus began his journey as a freedom fighter. In 1928, Tayyab supported Sardar Patel, who was leading the Bardoli Satyagraha. After declaration of the Purna Swaraj, Gandhiji decided to organize the Dandi March to protest against the nefarious British salt tax. Soon after the beginning of the Satyagraha, Gandhiji was arrested on 4th May 1930. Then Abbas Tayyab was given the charge of the salt Satyagraha, and on 7th May 1930 he initiated Dharsana Satyagraha and the Dharsana salt work in Gujarat and addressed the Satyagrahis along with Gandhiji's wife Kasturba Gandhi. Abbas Tayyab breathed his last on 9th June 1936. After his death, Gandhiji dedicated an article to Tayyab titled as Grand Old Man of Gujarat. And this thing has been published by the central government on 75th anniversary of Indian Independence Day, which they described as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So that thing has been published. So this thing I have given for the reference, where the government has also made us to remember that how we got the independence and how many people have sacrificed. So when last time we have attended the inauguration of this book, so the question is not about the freedom. The question is about how we got the freedom. Freedom is not confined to the liberty where we used to live a life. Freedom is about how we make our law to benefit the society. So these things were absent during the British time. So these people have come forward, sacrificing their whole of their earnings, their lives and their all these things, just to make understand the society that we have to stand together and to fight for the nation. So not only this Justice Abbas Tayyab, there are hundreds, thousands and lakhs of people who come and join hands together to get the freedom for this beautiful India. So I may just refer certain more things because the book is having a limited space, and Sheshu sir has asked that we have to confine ourselves for limited pages, limited words. So certain things, I am not going to take so much time, but certain things which I have missed during writing of this article, but everyone should know that what other things, because we are also part of the India, so we must have to inculcate these things to our present generation and to our future generation. So how the people of such a high society have sacrificed only just because of all of us. So Justice Tayyab was the son of Shamsuddin Tayyab, his grandson of Mullah Tayyab. His elder brother of Badruddin Tayyab, father was also a barrister and a judge of the Bombay High Court. So he is a president of the Indian National Congress in early times. So Justice Tayyab was educated in England, where he lived for 11 years. So thereafter he came to India and been appointed as a justice. So his daughter Sohalia, only daughter, was the mother of the eminent historian, where most of the people have heard of the name of Irfan Habib. He is a very, very famous historian. He is a grandson of Justice Abbas Tayyab. So now we start with the Indian independence movement. Justice Tayyab attended along with the Mahatma Gandhi at the social conference first time held in Godhra in 1917. So at that time he used to having a very luxurious lifestyle. He used to wear the British coats and British gowns because judges used to be like that because those judges been appointed by the British people. So their lifestyle was like that. So his whole of the life scenario has been changed just after when he's been appointed as a chairperson to fact finding committee of the Jallianwala Bagh incident in 1990. So when he was there as a chairman to the fact finding committee, he cross examined hundred of eyewitnesses and victims of the atrocities committed by the that time most of the people heard of General Dyer. He is the person who given the orders to shoot the innocent people. So his name is Reginald Dyer. So he is the person who responsible for so many innocent deaths. So at that time his mind has been changed. He departed from the British Empire because atrocities cannot be tolerated. So he quitted those things and started the new experience with Mahatma Gandhi ji, his ideologies. So and give a strong support to the cause of Indian National Congress. So leaving his Western style life, adopted many of the symbols of the Gandhiji movement and burning his English clothes and spinning wearing khadis. He travelled around the country in third class railway carriages. The person at that time when the person was the Chief Justice, he used to get entire privileges including cars, bungalows and all these things. So he sacrificed all these burned English clothes and used to travel in the third class railway and in simple dharamshalas and ashrams, sleeping on the ground, walking miles, preaching non-violence, disobedience against the British Indian government. He continues his new lifestyle well past the age of 70. Means after crossing the age of 70, the person does not have enough strength. But because of the Gandhiji spirit which he has inculcated in him, he made himself enough strong that he used to walk miles at the age of 70. So the things like that, he continued his new lifestyle being past age of 70s into several years in British jail. He spent several years in the British jails and in 1928 he supported Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in the Badodri Satyagraha. Means he is a very good relation with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also. So he chosen to support the Badodri Satyagraha, which included the boycott of the British clothes and goods. So Tayyabji's daughter Sohalia, means the only daughter, says that I remember loading a bullock cart with the family garments, foreign garments, unto which were loaded all over mother best Irish linen, bedspreads, table covers, her father's Angrakha, Chaugas and English suits, and Sohalia's own favorite caps of silk and velvet are all given to burn. So when I analyzing myself that I used to go into showrooms and to buy best things for myself, so just to get the best of the things, impressive things. So I just wonder that how these people at that time when there was not so much fine linen and all these things, they burned those clothes. So I basically admire that how much they are having the national spirit in them. They burn their clothes. So nowadays if anybody want to sacrifice a single thing, they used to think twice. So at that time how Mahatma Gandhiji has make us understand the nationalism, patriotism, that they burn all those clothes, even silk clothes. Silk is a very expensive fabric. So these all been given to burn. Then Salt Satyagraha has come in early 1930. The Indian National Congress declared Purna Swaraj or independence from the British Raj as their first act of civil disobedience, or we say Satyagraha. So Mahatma Gandhiji chosen a nationwide non-violent protest against the British salt tax. So Congress officials were convinced that Gandhiji would quickly be arrested. because British people always having the eye upon Gandhiji. So they just want to demoralize the other agitators, that they may not participate in such movement. So immediately they arrested Gandhiji and choose Tayyab ji as the Gandhiji immediate successor to lead the Salt Satyagraha in case of Gandhiji arrest. So on 4th May 1930, after Salt March to Gandhiji was arrested and Tayyab ji placed in charge of the next phase of the Salt Satyagraha and to raid a Dharsana. Dharsana is a very famous salt work in Gujarat. So they intended to raid the particular place to protest against the salt tax. So on 7th May 1930, Tayyab ji launched the Dharsana Satyagraha, addressing meeting of Satyagrahis and beginning the march with the Gandhiji's wife Kasturba at his side. An eyewitnesses remark it was the most solemn spectacle to see this grand old man with his flowing snow white beard marching at the head of the column. So on 12th May, before reaching Dharsana, Tayyab ji and 58 Satyagrahis were arrested by the British. At that time, Sarojini Naidu was appointed to lead further march to the Dharsana Satyagraha, which ended with beatings of hundreds of Satyagrahis, and even was very luckily been attracted worldwide attention. This Salt Satyagraha movement is a worldwide, basically it's a message for the whole world that what the British people were doing to the innocent people. So that message of the independence movement has left, means given a message to whole of the world. So then things were more, but because of very short time I am just confining. So Justice Abbas Tayyab ji was shifted to Mussoorie, now in Uttarakhand, and 9 June 1936 he died. And the privilege now come, person die being noticed or unnoticed, but when like Sheshu sir, what he is doing, we our privilege that we are living and seeing him, but his contribution will be remembered through generations, that he done such a thing. So that's why if somebody come to here and giving respect, it is obvious, it's a face value. But if you are absent and person is giving you respect, then it's a true respect. So that's what Gandhiji has written after his death, that at his age, and for one who had never known hardships of life, it was no joke to suffer imprisonment, but his faith conquered every obstacle. He was a rare servant of humanity. He was a servant of India because he was a servant of humanity. He believed in God as Daridrana Narayana. He believed that God was to be found in the humblest cottages and among the depressed of the earth. Abbas Mia is not dead, though his body rests in the grave, but his life is an inspiration for us all. So, what actually, to be frank and to be honest with you, when I came to Supreme Court, I don't used to see how the judge reacts, how the counsel presents the case, but I used to admire that how we stand together as a family. Means we must have to understand that unless there is a feeling, there is no society. Unless we are a feeling of love and affection.
First meeting he addressed, sir.
So I really amazed that now lakhs of followers on YouTube, on social things, and I also got opportunity to write an article of my choice, and it's really impressive. It's an honor for me to get this book released with 3 judges, Justice B.R. Gawai, Justice Narasimha. Sir, really you have done a tremendous work, and really I feel grateful that you have given me opportunity to speak as well. And I feel that all of us may get a fair chance to express your good ideas, your intellect. And one thing, by closing this speech, I just want to say a small saying that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we must have to stand with the true spirit of justice, whether we are judge or not judge, but we must justice from inside. We must judge our feeling, our ideas about care and share. Unless we are a feeling of differentiate good and bad, we can't be a good human. So we must have to stand with the humanity, and we must have to understand the feelings of our colleague brothers, our colleagues, associates, and respect to our seniors. So Sheshu sir, really I must thank you for your affection to give me platform to speak. And my dear friends, if something I have say wrong, please forgive me. So my intention was to thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ahmed bhai. So nicely expressed. We don't know much about which your freedom fighter which you have chosen. We are grateful. Actually, basically, unsung heroes we have selected from this book. 70-80%. You have brought such an unsung hero, even the very famous. Because most of the people, he may be popular in his own area, but rest of the country he may not. That is the one thing. We have to unsung heroes we focus. Even though Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Patel we covered, but most of the people are unsung heroes.
Yes, sir.
So you have brought that one of them, Rahul Aggarwal also, Priyanka also, Giri also. So we are all, grateful to all of you.
Really,
Thank
so
you
much,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you once again, my friend. Thank you so much.
Come, Priyanka.
Sir, I have one pocket here.
Oh, very good. Then you keep it
Yes,
yourself.
sir.
You keep it yourself. You should not cover. Gown cover. One second. Give it. Now Priyanka is going. She's going to address. Her freedom fighter name is Tej Bahadur Sapru. Now Priyanka, you initiate your this thing.
Sure. Good afternoon, my seniors and my friends. I Priyanka expressing my view on my article. It is very unique article. It's a lawyer's role in India's freedom movement and unsung heroes, which we have not knowledge of many these freedom fighters. And I'm very much thankful to Sesu sir giving me opportunity for the same. So I want to say here that during such research, when I'm searching these freedom fighters, then I found that I feel very proud to be an advocate. Why? Because in the society, whenever we see the people, then people of the society never do not cooperate with the police, but they always stand with the advocate, because they know that advocate walk with law only. So first two stanza of my article, I define the role of advocate, then time also and this time also. Lawyers are those groups which help to maintain law and justice in the society. This group always stand for defend. Lawyers play an unique role during freedom struggle. Some of the barrister lawyer plays distinguished ideologies before the nation, which created history and helped the nation to achieve independence. India was known as a golden bird, but about 200 years, she is struggling for her independence. During this era, several human pillars were grown up, who motivated a society how to stand for the freedom of nation. For instance, leaders, lawyers, students, poets, etc. Out of these pillars, barrister society play an incredible role. These groups not only motivate the nation but also convey them their rights and duties for the nation. On this account, the tiresome Indians stand with brave and put forward against British rule. There are many prominent lawyers who sacrifice their life to nation. I prefer the contribution of Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru. Why I select this person as for my article? This I want to say. Whenever we sit alone in our home and wanted to remember this type of person, any unique role of life achievement of any person, then generally we select the person comes in our mind either from the western side of India, eastern side of India or southern side of India. very optional we select any person for northern side of India. And the the contribution of any Kashmiri is very rare. And I have seen, if we go through the map of the India, then we found Kashmir is the head of the nation. And that time and this time, people always, the Kashmiri I am talking about, they always stand for our nation than any other country. So Sir Sapru was in a Kashmiri Hindu family and a great renowned lawyer. He started his practice from Allahabad High Court. Later he became the Dean of the Law School in the Banaras Hindu University. Now some of his achievement: he was the first member of Indian National Congress who advocated Swaraj, but he was not in the favor of unconstitutional means to achieve it. Later he joined the Liberal Party. As a prominent founder of the Liberal Party, he collaborated with the Congress on various movements like the Non-Cooperation Movement, the Salt Satyagraha and the Quit India Movement. He was the member of the Legislative Council of the United Provinces between 1913 and 1916 and also in the Imperial Legislative Council from 1916 to 1920. He was a law member of the Viceroy Council from 1920 to 1923. He mediated between various fractions and tried to resolve deadlocks. For instance, the Gandhi-Irvin Pact, the Pune Pact. As a lawyer, he fought cases like a Meerut conspiracy case and also defended the rebel soldiers of the Indian National Army. He helped draft the Nehru Committee report of 1928. As we know that this Nehru Committee report is very important for making constitution. He was not respected as a respected lawyer among only the Congress leaders, but also among the British authorities. But after independence, the Sapru Committee report contained 21 recommendations pertaining to constitutional questions that concern the governance and politics of India. It also contains suggestions on how minority rights could be better protected in the nation. But after independence, he was unable to serve in the Constituent Assembly owing to worsening health. But today also he is being remembered for his achievement to creating constitutional reform with his brilliancy in law and reforms. So, thank you, sir, for giving. But this is very short because some line of control sir has given to me to write my article. So, under line of control, I have written.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Priyanka. Very good job you have done. Because still it crossed 200 pages.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to see so much budget and other thing also, and see overall viewers' perspective also. If you write 10 pages, no one will read. Again, it will become another book. It's a short to convey your message. That's what exactly you have done.
Thank you so much.
Now I request fourth speaker, Mr. Aditya Giri. He is advocate on record, and actually we have selected another one. Last early morning, he had some difficulty. Then I requested Aditya. Thank you very much, Aditya. You suddenly accepted our invitation. He is ready with his article. His freedom fighter name is Ganesh Vasudeo Joshi. Now, Aditya, you can please continue your expressive.
Thank you so much, Sheshu sir. Whatever words I wrote for you has already been spoken by my predecessor speakers. And when sir called me in the morning, is it fine? I'll hold it. When sir called me in the morning, I was surprised. I asked sir, is Friday book not only for seniors? And I'm too young to be a speaker in this. And sir was like, no, you have written this compilation, this article. You have to come and speak. So I can't say no to Sheshu sir. He has been doing a lot for youngsters like us globally. The YouTube page has tremendously increased the views and everything. So the lawyer I've chosen is Ganesh Vasudeo Joshi, and as an AOR I'll keep my thing short. I'll explain everything. So Ganesh Vasudeo Joshi was born in April 1928 in a small town in Maharashtra. He came to Pune at the age of 20 looking for a job, but admittedly he got admitted in a law school. It was that time when he started having interest in the political scenarios at that time. Subsequently, he was a lawyer, social reformer, and eminent political activist in the initial days of the freedom struggle. Now, in 1870, he founded Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, like Sir has founded Friday Group, so he is, I can just compare. So the organization was one of the earliest political fronts to oppose the British rule in India. Joshi's devotion to Sabha earned him the title Sarvajanik Kaka. Seshu sir, your real name is G.Seshagiri Rao, so we call you Seshu. So yeah. So in the beginning, Kaka championed the cause of peasants through this Sabha. He defended their rights and challenged the British on increased land revenue. Gradually, with the efforts of Kaka, the Sabha became the premier political institution in the country, providing a platform for political agitation. So now this is interesting. What I read when I was researching, that Kaka represented Indians in the Delhi Darbar of Queen Victoria in 1877 wearing a khaki cloth. He appealed to the Queen to give Indians the same political and social status as enjoyed by the British people, and also have an equal say in the administrative matters. With this demand, it can be said that the campaign for a free India was formally launched, which was the beginning of a great transformation for India, sir. Kaka awakened the spirit of Swadeshi in India. He took a pledge to use indigenous goods. It is said that even before Gandhiji, Kaka took to wearing and popularizing hand-spun cloth. The intent was to protest the abolition of tariff on British imports in India in 1870 and to provide jobs for the rural poor who would spin and weave khadi cloth. Kaka dedicated his life to social service. He also started an organization called Shri Vicharvrati Sabha for the welfare of women. Ganesh Vasudeo is fondly remembered for his selfless service in his initial days and early days of the Indian independence movement. With this, I conclude, and it was brief, like I said. Thank you so much for having me over. Thank you so much, Ishu sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Aditya. In a short time, you covered everything.
Yes, thank you.
Very nicely expressed. I mean, like, we have to utilize opportunity. Our opportunity never comes. When it comes, you have to grab.
Right.
Yeah. Suddenly, if I ask something, maybe exceptional cases, you are busy somewhere, you are not well, something different.
Very well, sir.
You utilized very properly. I'm really appreciating your this thing.
All great to you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. If anybody not signed, please sign the register. We'll take all speakers' autograph in that book. Where is that our attendance register? Yeah.